Tonight is on an island. It's about time we're making up. I told you wasn't with you waking up. Now you feel seductive.
Hello and welcome back to a brand new video. So today's video is going to be all about nursing school, my first semester of nursing school, and some tips that I have for you guys because I'm not gonna lie, it is very time consuming. It is very much trying to juggle a lot of things in one, and yeah, it's just a little, it's more stressful than I would have assumed, but I feel like I have found a way to manage things correctly. And so I wanted to give you guys some tips and some things that I'm doing to help me be successful in my first semester of nursing school. My first tip would definitely be to get yourself organized, okay? If you are not an organized person, you are not going to be successful in nursing school. You are going to have a lot of homework and a lot of reading and a lot of independent studying that is done in nursing school. My first semester, I only took 2 classes because a lot of my classes from my previous years in college transferred over. So I only had to take general chemistry and anatomy and physiology, which I'm still taking right now. But my anatomy and physiology class by itself is super time consuming. I'm doing at least 3 hours of studying per day. I'm talking about independent studying myself per day for this class. That's not including my lecture that I have once a week. That's not including my lab lecture that I have once a week. So it's a lot of studying. It's a lot of going over material. It's a lot of independent research and independent studying. My classes this semester are also online, so I don't have to go to actual class. And this is my first time ever taking any type of like online class. And I will say that personally, I feel like it's very different than like the traditional way of learning in school. I feel like when I used to go to actual school, like, I don't know, teachers would put in a little bit more effort in a way. Not saying that my teachers don't put in effort, because they do, but I just feel like it's just a different type of vibe and feel, and it's very much like you got to figure this out by yourself. So I'm finding for myself that specifically in my anatomy and physiology, and also in my chemistry class when I was taking it, that I had to do a lot of my own research. I have to go on YouTube and find different professors and different people that were also had videos on whatever it is that I was trying to learn, and go over the material on my own that way, which kind of sucks because, you know, what am I paying the school for? But it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to complain. I feel like it is a blessing in its own way that I am taking these classes online, because I can just do it from the comfort of my home, or I can do whatever I want to do. Like, I'm very blessed with how my schedule is. Even when it comes to going to actual lecture, we don't actually have to go. Like, our teacher records it and sends it to us in a link. So if we miss it, we can just watch it online. I still choose to attend the lecture every time that I have the lecture online, just because it makes me feel like more structured and like I'm actually like in the class and not too overly independent. But yeah, definitely get organized, because you're gonna have to schedule time to study, to read, to do your own independent research. My second tip is going to be to figure out your learning style. I personally am a person who needs to see what is going on for me to really get the information. And I'm also a kind of person who needs to memorize things. So I found that for me, the best way for me to do my own independent studying and to really understand what I'm learning and to retain the information is to watch YouTube videos. I watch a lot of YouTube videos from different channels that I have subscribed to. I watch different YouTube videos on whatever topic it is that I'm learning. I do a lot of flashcards, so I do a lot of index cards, and I just write out questions straight from whatever presentation or slideshow my teacher has given us, I just take that information from there and put it into my note cards, and I just go over the material like that either like once or twice a day. And that really helps me retain information. And I have seen a very big change in my testing scores when I was first doing just regular studying the first couple of weeks versus now these last couple of weeks when I've been incorporating my flashcards. My scores have dramatically like changed. I went from getting like 70s to I'm at 90s now. Like my lowest score that I got recently was a 92. The highest that I got was a 98. So I'm getting 90s now from just doing that. And I feel like it was important for me to know that this was the best way for me to learn and to retain information. So you need to figure that out. Everyone has different learning styles. Some people can read and retain information. Some people are like me, they're more visual. They got to go over and memorize. Some other people, they can listen to it and learn. So maybe you need to put on a podcast while you're driving or while you're taking a shower, or just have this podcast going on at all times during the day. Whatever it is, figure out what your learning style is and stick to that, because that's going to dramatically change your scores, I promise you. And my third tip is be prepared to make sacrifices, okay? I really feel like nursing school is a big sacrifice. It is a huge time commitment. It is a huge commitment, period. And I have found myself saying no to a lot of things that I normally did. You know, to hanging out with my family, to hanging out with friends, going out or having a social life. I don't necessarily have one anymore because school is so consuming. And, you know, not only do I have school, I do work, I work out, I do my own things that I still want to do to enjoy my life. So I had to make some decisions and some choices, you know, having to say no to your friends and your family when they're inviting you to a party or to an event. It kind of sucks. But if you need to stay home and study, then you need to stay home and study. So if you are the kind of person that has trouble saying no, you're going to have to really work on that. And you're going to have to remember, like, why are you doing this? You know, what is the end goal here? I know for me, I'm constantly reminding myself, like, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to have my own medical spa. I really want to work in the cosmetic beauty industry. I think that it would be a really good career for me. I really enjoy, you know, plastic surgery and beauty and looking good. Like, I got fillers. You know what I'm saying? I love makeup and nice skin. I love all of these things. But I've also been, like, as I've been going through the motions of nursing school, I've been learning to just love regular nursing too, just regular nursing. I feel like it's so interesting. I feel like nurses are super smart. The amount of information that we have to learn, the things that we have to do, you have to be a very smart individual to, you know, to be successful in this field and to be really good in this field. You know, I feel like it's definitely like not a calling, but it's definitely something that if you don't really have a passion for it, or you don't really have your goal like ingrained in your mind as to why you're doing this, you're gonna fall off, because this is a commitment. This is a sacrifice for a shorter period amount of time, but it's going to be so worth it. And if you don't really have that type of passion, if you don't have a certain goal that you're trying to reach as to why you need to accomplish this, you're not going to stick to it, because I'm telling you, it is very rigorous. It requires a lot of determination. It requires a lot of sacrifice. It's going to make you miss out on a lot of things that you want to do. If you were a person who was always outside, listen, you can't do that in nursing school. If you were a person who was always just sleeping late, waking up whenever you wanted to, you aren't organized, you got to change that, or you're not going to be successful in nursing school. Okay? So keep your goals in mind. Think about the outcome, what it is you're trying to accomplish, and don't forget that, because you're going to want to quit. You're going to want to say, hey, is this even worth it? Am I thinking too far ahead? Am I smart enough to accomplish this? But if you put in the work, if you stay organized, if you stay determined, you can be successful, okay? So I hope this video helps somebody out there. If you are a nursing student or this is your first year in nursing, drop a comment below. I would love to follow some more nurses and just connect with more nurses. So I'll see you guys next time.